But Monday morning, a little bit rainy out there today for those of you who are in Naples, Florida. We need the rain so bad with all those fires, so we're grateful for that. It's Monday, May 18th. It's my daughter's birthday, my oldest daughter, so happy birthday to Neosi. Let's hope she has a great day. I almost forgot what I was going to say, but this is NMM, Naples News You Can Use. I think I must be a little fighty this morning with all the rain. I have a couple of tidbits for you this morning. As usual, I'll come back at the end of the show. And Dennis Nelson is joining us today. We're now calling him our Oracle. And then we have Marcus Bickle. We want to call him our little Bill Gates kind of guy. He's a pretty sharp fellow over there. And also let you know that in a couple weeks we're going to start sitting together again. We know who our social herd is here. We're very comfortable with everybody and where they've been, but we still think we should be a little bit careful out there. And I hope everyone else is too. So I've been giving you some little tidbits, some unsolicited advice. And the advice today is being enthusiastic is worth 25 IQ points. So positive attitudes out there for everybody, right? The world's going to be okay. We all know that. Thought that was kind of cute. One of the things I want to caution you about was last week we talked about zero interest rate cards and some of the credit card companies giving you relief from payments for a couple of months. Not all of them are forgiving the interest. They're tacking it on. That's not good. So if those cards are doing that, I say change your credit card. Don't even use those companies. And otherwise, just do the ones who are allowing that. And one more thing about zero interest. This is kind of a cool story. So we're in Vermont. It's a long story, so I won't go into it about my burning tree, all right, and our tractor. But the tractor turned out to be not big enough. Of course it wasn't big enough. So we had to get a new tractor. So when we went to the tractor store to get that new tractor at Brown's Tractors, he said, oh, well, there's 0% financing. We thought, oh, that's great. That's wonderful. 0%, other people's money. We're going to do that. We got all the way down to signing. And we looked, we said, I thought this tractor cost, let's say $18,000. But it was $23,000 because it was 0% interest. They actually charged us more. So there was no 0% interest. In this case, truly no free lunch. The other thing is on credit cards. If you have a 0% card and you miss a payment, sometimes they'll go all the way back to when you first started and charge you interest, that whole time period. So be super careful out there. Not everybody's really out there to help. I think you all know that. One of the things I'll talk about when I come back will be some of the leading economic indicators and what they really mean to you. We're going to try to incorporate that in our Monday morning pieces. Now, I will be gone probably for 2 weeks. I'm going to start my drive to Vermont, take my husband up there for a while so he can get out of the heat. And then I'm going to turn right around and I'm going to drive back. So I'll miss a couple shows. It'll be just our Oracle, our Bill Gates, and I don't know, we haven't thought of a cool name for John Kincaid yet. They'll be joining us, and maybe we can convince Kendi to come on as well. But right now, Dennis is going to come on, give us a market overall update, as he generally does. So welcome to the Oracle, Dennis Nelson.
Thank you, Dawn. Good to be here. Happy Monday to everybody. One thing, market-wise, just talking about the portfolio. Last Friday was option expiration date. This may not mean a lot to a lot of you, but it means a lot to us because, and on top of that, we had like 7 of our 20 stocks in our portfolio. The options expired last week. And look at this morning, the market's up 800, 700 points. We are in a great position now to write more options, sell more options on those stocks particularly if we see the right opportunity. And with the volatility of the market, we're getting great premiums. So this is a great day for us and for the portfolio. As I said, we had 7 stocks that where the options expired. Recently, we bought Raytheon. Raytheon and United Technologies combined, merged. About 60% of their revenue is defense. They're gonna get that revenue on there regardless of Corona.
Can I interrupt? I meant to ask, how are our returns doing right now in our 0%, we're trying to get to zero, which sounds horrible, but we're being real honest and realistic.
When the market was way down, our goal for the year was really to get back to zero, and we are well on our way to that. In fact, I think we're down about probably 5% for the year right now.
Wow. So keep it going, guys.
Yeah, that is really good, but all this is not over yet. There's a lot of risk and a lot of volatility implied, I think, in the market right now, because of all that's going on. But we do have to factor in that the economy is opening up. We're seeing a lot of activity. My wife and I this weekend went to a restaurant for the first time in 2 months, and we tried to get in. The place had reservations till 8:30, but we did sneak in.
So I asked Dennis if she wore a mask, and what did you say to me?
It's pretty hard to eat
With a mask on.
when you're wearing a mask.
I hadn't even
So
thought
nobody in the whole place had a mask on. Well, the wait staff did, but no, none of the customers did. And neither were they really observing social distancing. People are just getting, I don't know if reckless is the right word, but certainly relieved and maybe over anticipating this virus effect going away. One more quick note, we do see this economy picking up. We see transactions picking up, and so we really like the payment stocks. Visa, PayPal, we own them.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. Let's welcome Marcus.
So we got Marcus up next.
Yeah, I'm saying you a lot better looking than Bill Gates.
Younger too.
Younger too.
So good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. So Dennis talked about some of our winners. I'm going to talk about some of our not so winner. That would be Boeing. Now I'm sure you've all seen it in the news. They had those accidents last year. They've been under pressure because of the airline industry's a lot of bad news for Boeing. Unfortunately, we bought it prior to the true fall. And one of the first things we like to ask, especially these days, is it going to go out of business? Or is it going to go into bankruptcy? Which we've seen a lot of. Neiman Marcus, Hertzman possibly. Big companies that should be doing well aren't. So the first thing we looked at was Boeing. Is it going to go out of business? We decided no. There's no way the federal government will let that happen. They're a huge defense contractor. They supply all of our planes. And honestly, we were right. They were picked up in that bailout, that first round of bailout, and have received aid. So Boeing is not going to go out of business. That was the first thing we checked. Then, so we looked at our position and we sold a 1-month call on it. That got us some money for our position, but it wasn't enough to really make us happy with that loss that we had in Boeing. So we bought more of it. What that let us do is it let us average the stock of our price down on the second amount that we bought. That's kind of technical, but basically we had one at one price, we bought it at a lower, you combine them together, and you get an average lower price for your whole position. Now for that second half that we bought, what did we do with it? We sold another call on it. This one wasn't for 1 month. This one was much further out, nearly a year. We also chose a much further out price with the idea that Boeing's going to recover. We got some great premium for that, and overall the whole position looks really strong. That's important because normally you can't do that. You buy, you hold, hope it goes up. Here at the Naples Money Managers, we don't have to do that. We have options, literally in some cases.
And if that first batch we bought does get called with the 1 month call on it, we'll be able to realize the loss for the portfolio, but still own Boeing because you bought the second lot, so we can still take advantage of it if it goes up.
Absolutely. And as many of you know, realized losses are important, especially as we go into tax season, which is a ways out, but it's something we look at throughout the year.
Wow, now that's money management.
That's what we do.
All right.
All right, well, thank you, Dawn, and I'll let Dawn on here.
Okay.
Hope you all have a great Monday.
That was great, Marcus.
Thank you.
That was a really hard thing to explain. I think he did a great job, and even if you didn't follow it, what you were able to follow is we don't just sit around and hope. And we say this all the time. We are active managers. We can do things in between time. If the market goes up, that's great. The market goes down, not so great, but we can still manage to not suffer all of that loss. So this week, what's coming up on the economic indicators? We've got housing starts coming out tomorrow. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but if I need to explain things, I will. We have building permits, and they're two kind of different things. I'm more looking at the building permits to see what's out there in 6 months from now. Are people, are they still pulling their building permits? Are they going on? I noticed in Naples, some of these big buildings that have been going up, they're still going up. I was kind of surprised. I thought they might be halted, but they're still going up. On Thursday, we have initial jobless claims numbers. These are numbers that everybody wants to look at. However, since we know we're in a time when the economic environment is unprecedented, I'm almost sick of that word, but it's unprecedented, these numbers are all going to be skewed. They're going to be all over the place. So you need to say, well, what's normal, what's high, and why is it high? Because that's going to be a pretty big number, I think. And then you'll always have to look at what are they looking for. So it could be a great number, but if it's not what they were looking for, you might get a negative reaction in the market. Existing home sales is another one that we're looking at. We're thinking in pockets of the country, we'll see some good existing home sales, but obviously there's some other places like New York, New Jersey. I doubt you're going to see much in home sales there unless they're dropping the prices down to rock bottom. Leading economic indicators is another coming out at 10 o'clock on Thursday. So what's in that group of leading economic indicators? I mean, obviously it's this leading economic indicator that's going to indicate to us where the economy is going. I'll try to break it down. But that consists of the money supply. Dennis, you said we're going to have a huge money supply.
Absolutely. The Fed has been really letting loose with the money.
All right. So because they're putting money into the system, we should have a lot of money supply, which is a good thing for the economy. The S&P 500 is in this group of indicators. Consumer expectations, what do you expect out there? Housing permits, we just talked about, and manufacturers' new orders. I think this is going to be a real mishmash of good things and bad things, which will sort of negate the whole thing. Anyway, that's all we have for today. Next week we'll talk about some more exciting things, and maybe I'll get I know I got the day right. At least I got my daughter's birthday right. But as you know, this is the Naples Money Managers. We call it Money Matters, but most importantly, you matter. Talk to you next week.